Everyone laughed until the highway test proved them wrong. Fade in, a quiet workshop. Blueprints scattered. A prototype covered under a tarp. For months, critics mocked the idea. Experts dismissed it as a fantasy. Engineers said it was impossible. And when the inventor unveiled his machine to the public, the world reacted with one voice: doubt. Cut to online comments scrolling across the screen. Fake. Impossible. This will never work. But then came the moment no one expected. A highway, a crowd, and a test that would shut down every critic in seconds. Music rises. Cut to the inventor, faceless silhouette, standing beside the covered prototype. He didn't have a billion-dollar lab. He didn't have government funding. He had one idea, an idea so bold, so disruptive, so uncomfortably different that the world refused to believe it. Cut to slow reveal of the vehicle, futuristic curves, glowing indicators. A vehicle that didn't need a single drop of fuel. A vehicle that didn't need charging. A vehicle that, according to him, powered itself. Cut to engineers shaking heads, reporters filming, influencers snickering. And when he announced a live test on the open highway, the laughter grew even louder. People came not to witness history but to witness failure. A convoy of cars follows the prototype toward the highway entrance. But failure was the one thing that did not happen that day. A beat of silence. As the vehicle rolled onto the asphalt, something unimaginable began to unfold. Close up. Dashboard initializes, no battery indicator, no fuel gauge, only a rising power meter. The crowd leaned in. Cameras zoomed. Skeptics prepared their "I told you so" posts. Engines rev. The prototype moves. But what happened next is something no one is willing to forget. The prototype glides forward, almost silent at first. Spectators lean closer, whispering among themselves, some scoffing, others holding their breath. A slight hum begins under the chassis. It grows louder, vibrating through the asphalt, a sound that isn't an engine. Something otherworldly, precise, powerful. The speedometer ticks upward, faster than any conventional car could handle. Critics gasp. Their cameras shake as they try to keep up. What they expected was a sputter, a breakdown, a dramatic failure. Instead, the impossible became reality in real time. The prototype enters the main highway, weaving through traffic with uncanny ease. Cars around it honk, swerve, and some even pull over, eyes wide. A group of reporters exchanges hurried whispers. It's faster than a sports car. How is it even moving? Cut to dash view, no fuel, no charge, only a faintly glowing energy bar steadily rising. The vehicle isn't consuming, it's generating power as it moves. This was not a test of speed alone. It was a demonstration of self-sufficiency, of a machine that challenges everything we thought we knew about energy. The crowd lining the highway begins to cheer. Some run alongside, smartphones held high. But the skeptics? Their disbelief morphs into shock, then awe. The prototype suddenly accelerates past 100 miles per hour, overtaking multiple cars, then a small sports car. All without a single drop of fuel, without a single charge. It wasn't just moving. It was rewriting the rules. Every calculation, every assumption, every law they relied on, broken in seconds. Close up, the inventor's hands on the steering interface. No keys, no pedals, just smooth controls, glowing softly under his fingertips. Every movement precise, deliberate, almost alive. The vehicle approaches a highway overpass, camera drones capturing every angle. It doesn't just maintain speed, it stabilizes itself, gliding over uneven asphalt like it's reading the road ahead. And then, the moment that left everyone speechless. The prototype hits a straight stretch. With one smooth motion, it surges forward, vanishing from view for a heartbeat. Spectators shield their eyes as a blur of light and speed crosses the horizon. The sports car trying to keep up falls behind effortlessly. Engines roar. Tires screech. Yet nothing touches the self-powered prototype. They laughed. They doubted. And now they were watching history unfold before their eyes. A test drive that would be remembered for generations. The prototype slows just enough to let the stunned crowd catch up, yet its presence feels otherworldly. Reporters fumble with microphones, struggling to put words to what they just witnessed. What they saw wasn't just speed. It was precision, control, efficiency, a machine that defied every expectation. Cut to dashboard telemetry, glowing softly. The energy bar shows a steady increase, even while moving at top speed. Graphs and numbers scroll across the screen, showing power being harvested, stored, and amplified in real time. The inventor taps the interface. A faint hum rises from the core. The vehicle begins to hover slightly above the asphalt, a subtle lift that no one anticipated. Dust swirls beneath the chassis, sunlight reflecting off the sleek bodywork. This was the moment the skeptics' world began to crack. They had thought in terms of engines, batteries, fuel tanks, but this was something entirely different. A traffic helicopter zooms in for an aerial view. The prototype glides, weaving between vehicles like it has autonomous awareness, yet controlled entirely by the inventor. People along the highway start recording on their phones. Some kneel to capture the moment, others run alongside, mouths open. Even hardened automotive journalists can't hide their shock. What the world witnessed that day wasn't just an electric vehicle or a novelty invention. It was a paradigm shift in mobility. A glimpse of what the future could be, right here on a public highway. Suddenly, the prototype begins a sharp turn onto an exit ramp. It leans gracefully, perfectly balancing as if defying gravity, all while maintaining full speed. Spectators gasp audibly. One engineer mutters under his breath, "Impossible, that's impossible." And yet, here it was. Not broken, not faltering. Flawless in execution. The vehicle that everyone laughed at was now rewriting the very rules of transportation. The prototype comes to a gentle stop on an open stretch of road. The sunlight catches the sleek metal, glinting like something from the future. A stunned silence falls across the highway. No cheering. No applause. Just disbelief. Then, a faint vibration starts from the vehicle's core. A soft, pulsating glow emerges from underneath, illuminating the asphalt. The crowd instinctively steps back. And that was the moment everyone realized this wasn't just an EV. It was something far more extraordinary. Something that had never existed before. The soft glow beneath the prototype intensifies, casting long shadows across the highway. The crowd watches in awe as tiny sparks of energy dance along the chassis, seemingly drawing power from the air itself. No wires. No plugs. No fuel. Yet energy flowed, limitless, continuous, unstoppable. Every movement of the vehicle seemed to feed the very system that propelled it. Cut to slow-motion close-up of the tires. They roll effortlessly, leaving faint streaks of light across the asphalt, as if the road itself recognizes the machine's power. A journalist stumbles backward, frantically typing notes. It's generating its own energy. It's impossible. How is this even real? The inventor calmly adjusts the dial on the interface. The vehicle hums louder. The glow grows, forming an ethereal ring around the base, like a halo of raw energy. This was no ordinary test drive. This was a demonstration of something that could change the way the world moves, cleanly, efficiently, and infinitely. Suddenly, the prototype accelerates again, but this time, the acceleration isn't just forward. The vehicle glides slightly above the road, almost floating, moving faster than any conventional car could follow. Spectators shield their eyes from the light reflecting off the energy field. A drone camera captures the surreal scene from above, the vehicle leaving a faint, glowing trail as it cuts across the highway. For every skeptic, every critic, every doubter, the truth was now undeniable. The impossible had happened, right in front of them. Cars that try to chase it fall behind, engines screaming, tires smoking. The prototype continues effortlessly, its energy bar rising steadily even at top speed, a visual proof that this vehicle isn't consuming, it's producing. The crowd, now silent, exchanges stunned glances. Even hardened engineers, the ones who said this would never work, can't hide their amazement. And as the highway stretched on, the revelation became clear. This was no longer just a test. It was a revolution in motion. The prototype approaches a sharp curve, yet it hugs the asphalt perfectly, leaning into the turn like a sports car, but with no engine roar, no friction, no struggle, only effortless motion. And just when everyone thought they had seen it all, the vehicle revealed the final surprise. A faint pulse of light radiates outward, projecting a subtle energy wave that seems to ripple through the air. The crowd instinctively steps back. The highway, for a moment, feels like it's part of the experiment, bending to the vehicle's command. The ripple fades, leaving the highway glowing faintly under the prototype's ethereal light. Spectators are frozen in disbelief, their phones recording history in real time. At this moment, laughter had vanished. Doubt had been replaced with awe. Every eye on that highway was witnessing what many called impossible. The prototype begins to accelerate again, but this time, it moves with precision beyond human capability, weaving effortlessly between slower vehicles, maintaining perfect control at high speeds. Cut to slow-motion close-ups of the dashboard. Energy meters spike, showing power being harvested from every turn, every vibration, every movement of the vehicle. It's self-sustaining, regenerating, and seemingly limitless. A group of engineers near the roadside whisper among themselves. This isn't just electric, it's something else entirely. We've never seen anything like this. The inventor's hands hover over the controls. No panic, no sweat, only calm precision. The vehicle responds as if anticipating every motion of the road, perfectly synchronized with the environment around it. This wasn't just a car or an experiment. It was a declaration. A challenge to the rules of energy, transportation, and human expectation. The highway ahead opens into a long straight stretch, perfect for a final showcase. The prototype surges forward. Cameras struggle to keep up as it accelerates effortlessly, leaving all conventional vehicles far behind. The glow under the chassis intensifies, forming a brilliant halo around the vehicle. The energy pulse grows stronger, sending a subtle vibration through the asphalt, like the road itself is alive. For those who doubted, this was the moment reality could no longer be ignored. For those who laughed, history had the final word. Traffic drones capture the scene from above. The highway now looks almost surreal, a trail of light marking the path of a vehicle that refuses to obey the limits of ordinary physics. Spectators on the roadside slowly begin to applaud in disbelief, while some simply shake their heads, unable to process what they've seen. And yet, even in that moment of triumph, the inventor remained calm, focused. Because what had just happened was only the beginning. The prototype slows, gliding smoothly to a stop. No smoke, no noise, no sign of exhaustion. Just perfect, self-sustaining energy, ready for the next demonstration. The crowd surrounds it cautiously, some stepping back, some moving closer, all mesmerized. And as cameras zoomed in, as the world held its breath, everyone realized the highway test had proven one undeniable truth. The prototype sits silently on the highway, its glow fading to a soft, steady hum. The crowd, still in awe, takes cautious steps closer, realizing they are witnessing something extraordinary. They laughed. They doubted. They scoffed. And yet, in the end, they were proven wrong. What began as a simple highway test had become a moment that would be remembered forever. Close up. The dashboard shows steady energy flow, self-sustaining and limitless. The vehicle isn't just alive, it's transforming every assumption about energy, motion, and possibility. Cut to faces of stunned onlookers, engineers, journalists, and ordinary people alike. Some take photos, others stand speechless. All are united by the same realization. This was more than a test drive. This wasn't just about speed or power or innovation. It was about daring to defy the impossible and proving that with vision, persistence, and courage, the rules can be rewritten. The inventor steps forward, calm and composed, gazing at the machine he brought to life. No words are needed. The highway, the vehicle, and the awed spectators speak volumes. And as the sun set over the asphalt, one thing was clear. The future of mobility had arrived, and it belonged to those who dared to imagine beyond the limits. Slow fade out. The highway is empty once more, save for a single glowing vehicle, standing as a symbol of innovation, determination, and the extraordinary possibilities of human ingenuity. Everyone laughed until the highway test proved them wrong. And now, nothing will ever be the same. Fade to black.